everyone. Hi guys, happy Wednesday. I'm wishing you. Before Martina joins me, I just want to welcome you to our broadcast. Today we are talking about something quite interesting for some of you, and some of you will see the title thinking, oh god, I've got a friend like this, I will send her link, so please do. Today we are going to be talking about 35 plus and single. We are going to be talking about advantages and disadvantages. We are going to be talking about what actually is quite exciting about being this age and being still single, and what is actually quite daunting about being this age and above and being single. So some of the things are obvious, some of the things we will maybe surprise you with. Nevertheless, we really look forward to having your comment, your contributing throughout the whole these broadcastings, because this is an interactive little show that we do every Wednesday that we look forward to. And Martinka is just about to join.
I made it.
You made it.
I did made it.
We both had a very busy day. I was dealing with this Brexit little driving license. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, I didn't know that. We can say it actually because this is new for me.
So we say it just in case, guys, and I just have this from the government website and from people who are my friends and doing it. So basically, apparently, don't take my word for it, but apparently, just to give you a heads up, till this Friday, which is 29th, we all have an opportunity to go to the post office. And basically, if we want to drive back in our country with a UK driving license, we need to have this special form, which is very easy to fill in. It costs £5.50, and you need a passport, UK passport, and phone. What's it called? Photograph.
Photograph.
And then it's completely easy. They sometimes do it there and then, and sometimes I think they're very busy. I mean, today post office was absolutely packed with these applications. So sometimes they give it to you next day. So just to give you a heads up, maybe something useful. I didn't know about it until Tuesday. So we are doing it with my husband like really quickly today. And you still have a time till Friday. Apparently, who doesn't do it by Friday, people will need to do their driving licenses in their countries, which I'm not sure whether it's true, but I don't think everybody is too keen for that.
Yeah.
So give you a heads up. It's very, very simple. It's just I actually found out my post office is open till 11 o'clock tonight.
Just because of this?
Whole week. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
well,
they try to accommodate people. So anyway, I thought I mentioned it because I just came back with this, and I know you had a busy day. So anyway, we are here. Hopefully you have your teas ready, guys. So welcome everyone who is joining us.
I'm just going to share it, so you might as well introduce yourself, lovely.
Okay. My name is Lucia Hoxa. I am professional transformational lifestyle coach. I work with women all over the world to fulfill on their dreams, and that sounds like cliche, but really I support them. I support them to live the life they love, and that's how, if that sounds cliche too, it is actually possible. And what transformation means to me, and providing transformation for other people, is the most fulfilling thing, because what I suppose one of the things with personal development is that we've got a set reality, how the way we view the world. And in fact, there is so much power when we shift our sense of reality, how we view the world, whether it's we are dealing with challenges in relationships or money or career or anything it is. A lot of people understand this as a concept or from books, and a lot of people send me message, Luz, I read so many books, and they kind of, I understand that, but I don't know how to apply it. Well, coaching is one of those things where I have opportunities to work with you either in a group setting, the group program, or one-to-one, where I can take you through the transformation process step by step. And it's literally amazing, because it can be quite daunting if you do it on your own. If you do it with someone, especially someone you trust and is stand for your success is someone who takes your hand and take you through the whole process. I think it's yeah, I feel it's extraordinary, and it's a great privilege for me. So that's a little bit about me and what I do. Machi?
And just follow up with that. I was in a gym today with one of my friends, and she is a PT. And I've been doing gym for 1 year, and it's like a self-learner, right? So I'm watching the videos and all of that. But to have a person who knows what they know, what you need to do, tell you how to do it, showing you all the mistakes you're doing, and that encouragement, guys, completely different workout. I felt different muscles. My mindset has changed. You know, I knew I got someone behind my back who would support me. So that workout was just completely different. So if it's like how you said, workout, mindset, whatever, if you got a right person behind you, perfect. So
Same thing.
yeah,
No,
exactly the
we go
same thing. Yeah.
gym. It's very important, like not just to exercise our muscles, but actually work with our mind. It
Yeah.
goes hand.
Yeah. So that's it. My name is Martina Stewart. For those who doesn't know me yet, I love vegan lifestyle. I've got a protein shake today. It's a little bit yellow. I added a turmeric powder inside, so that's why. Um, I love vegan lifestyle, guys, and that's why I've created a group which is called Be Kind to Every Kind. Which in this group we're sharing information, recipes, you know. So if you would like to be part of it, just I'm gonna leave the link in the comments. Also, I have created a page which is called busyyummymummy.com, and in this page I'm making a really short videos with my daughter. We're trying to do it every Saturday, nice and sweet 10 minutes videos how to prepare lovely vegan snacks or smoothies or something really tasty and fast. So that's me. So I'm going to leave the links in a comment.
I love how your daughter is
Cheers.
becoming little little vegan guru, you know, little vegan ambassador of yours.
Yeah, I mean, she's not vegan, you know, it's only me in a family who is vegan, but I always said that it's about to, you know, teach them and find their own feet. So
Yeah.
hopefully one day, you know, that's her journey in life.
And it's
So
her choice. I love that you are giving her that freedom of
I was
choice.
pushy in the beginning, and when you pushy, it just not doesn't work. They will do
Yeah.
whatever they like anyway, and when they adults, they will just go behind your back. So just to give them that freedom and choice, and it's going to be up to you can influence them. That's what I'm doing, you know, teaching them,
Yeah.
showing them different um, stuff and food. So we'll just see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we none of us like to be told what to do, right? Neither. Nobody likes that.
Mm.
So anyway, hi guys, everybody who is joining us. Martina, Julia, Pavlinka. God, good. Let us know, guys, where you're. Janetka, Katarina. Oh my God, Yanka, Yolanka. Hi guys, everyone. I'm not going to name you all. Let us know where you're joining us from, which country, and you know, are you sitting in a kitchen and making a cake, or are you just breastfeeding and having us in the background? Let us know what's your story. Where are you? So today, just to remind you, we are going to be talking about 35 and 35 plus and being single. And I would like to start with a little quote, and I really like this. It says, being single doesn't make you weak. It means that you are strong enough to be on your own. And this is something that Mr. Xavier Zayas said. So it was someone else. It's not me saying. It was a quote from this guy. And I really wanted to do the opening like this because I know I have a wonderful friends who are 35 plus and they are still single. I've got boys and I've got girls. Maybe I should do a little dating thing because, and you know, they're extraordinary people. You know, I know men who are like successful businessmen and, you know, handsome, and you're thinking like, what's what's going on? Why are they still, are they too picky
Yeah.
or too busy, or what's the story with this one? And because you always ask the thing, I was like, what's the story with this one? Why is he single? And and girls as well. I know beautiful women. Some of them are even my clients who are but wonderful people. They are great moms. Some of them like single moms, and or just completely single, and without kids, and they're pretty, they're smart, they're kind,
Yeah.
and you're thinking like,
And how
yeah.
and how do they what's the story behind it? Are they happy they're single, or is there something, they wish to find a Mr. Right very soon, or is it individual?
I think it's individual, isn't it? I know, I met ladies who are like very content with being single, and they are very independent. They travel the world, and it's not like they don't like men. It's like, men, but they prefer it this way. They don't never been really wanting children and or commitment, and they are
Mm.
perfectly fine with it. But I know ladies also who,
I've,
are very.
I've got someone at the door. Sorry there, darling. I'll be
Oh
back.
yeah, I heard that knock. Go, go. Yeah, probably postman. We will see. Matcha will tell us later. This is beauty about being live. So in case anybody watching, this is live. We are live. Yeah, and I know some ladies who, I suppose, I mean, there is another category, the ones that have got a babies already, and they have their children, and they've got the extra thing that they're thinking, well, I'm not just looking for a partner for me and someone who's going to support me, but also who is going to love and support my children and take them as his own. And then you've got a third category, at least three categories anyway. Yeah, it was a postman. It was a postman.
It was a postman letter for
I was
me from Slovakia.
oh,
Yeah, well, slovenské elektrárne.
oh, oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and then third category of ladies who are single. I was just saying, Machi, the first category is the ones who are like free and content. They are not looking. They are fine with not having this commitment, being on and off. As my husband say, pay as you go, boyfriends. I love that term. And then you've got the ladies who got like children who already are single moms,
Yeah.
and they are thinking, well, it's not just for me, I'm looking for a father for my kids as well, so it's a responsibility. And then you've got ladies who are 35 plus who don't have children, so I think in that case there is the extra factor, and want to have children and
Yeah,
families,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there is that extra factor of my clocks start ticking, there is that kind of
What's
pressure.
next? Yeah.
And in London, I know quite a lot of these especially these ladies. Actually, I think it's very, very common. London can be actually very lonely place because everybody's rushing, and there's never enough time. So anyway, we are going to talk a little bit more about positive, negatives, what to do. We're going to share with you guys. Let us know if you know anyone wonderful who is single. Not that we are going to be matchmaking here, but hey,
Maybe one day we will. You
you
never
never know.
know.
You never know. So let us know if you did experience a situation when you've been 35 and over and single, even for a brief period of time, and how was it for you? Or if you know anyone who is in this situation in this moment. Do you know anyone, Matthew?
Oh yeah, I've got spectrum of friends. So, and it's very interesting because I've got very close friends who we've been friends since secondary school, so nearly 20 years. And some of us got married quite young, some of us got children, and few of them are still single. And I could see that, when we were meeting with the kids, and it was when you've got kids, you're just talking about kids, right? It's just like one of those things. Like, so for them to listen and you know, I think they told us like later on that they felt, you know, when it's gonna be my time. And our kids are growing, they are still single, but now they found the Mr. Right. So I said to one of her, you know, it was worth it to wait that long because now it's just perfect. I've got friends who uh, got married and have a children, and sadly they got divorced. And
Yeah.
you know, and they dating, and they looking for the right father figure, and there's loads of different men out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's a pluses and minuses because obviously our parents and our grandparents, my God, they got married when they've been 16, 17. You've been
Crazy.
20, been like spinster, right?
Mm.
Like you've been you've been like right off those days. I mean, these days you're 38, 40, and nobody really think too much about, well, in
Yeah,
London,
yeah.
back home a little bit, but even back home things are changing. People are busy focusing on their careers, or just, you know, we have a choice. And I think maybe the older we are, well, one thing is that we've got more time to get experience, more time to get our heart broken and get burned, so called. And so maybe we get more and more cautious as we go along, and so and we have higher standards as well, because we are then aware, like, well, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. We've got our, you know, certain routine that we like to follow. We have a certain preferences, the style which we, you know, do things. And you know, sometimes we become a little bit like less keen to compromise, and that, you know, put the bar a little bit higher. But you know, again, it's very individual. I know ladies who would do anything to meet Mr. Right, and
Dude,
they're very
yeah. I mean, I would like to ask you girls who are watching us or who will be watching us later on, just write in a comment, you know, if you are single or if you are married, how long have you been married? So I would like to see that because we do know you who you are, and just see that would be nice as well. See, my brother is still single. He's 44, coming up 45.
yeah,
45 in April. And you know, and I always said like, and now because he's 45, he doesn't look for anyone. I think he's so happy that he can do whatever he likes. You know, maybe he come to that stage, maybe he will change, I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, my mom's brother was as well single for all his life.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there are people like that. Did you know that about 56% people, I'm reading this little article, I've done a little research, guys. If you want to get the whole article, let us know, let me know. So about 56% of people in their 30s are married, while the other 44% of 30 somethings are single. So 44% actually still single after 30. Not exactly 35, but 30. Marriage timing has changed since a few generations ago, as we mentioned, where it was more common to marry young. Today's population is filled with individuals who may have different goals. So what it means for us, well, for us 35 plus and singles, not that I'm one, but us, but for you guys who are single, well, the good news is there is plenty fish in a sea still, you know. And sometimes I hear this thing, oh, but the good ones are taken already. Some of them. But remember, if you are the good one, or consider yourself being a good one and single,
Yeah.
there is a good chance that there is some, you know, and you are divorced, let's say, or, you know, just split up, because we all have our story. There is a chance that even the good ones don't find the right ones and they become single again, and they might be just around the corner. So, yeah. There is a chance, there is a hope for sure. So anyway, sometimes you get to the Machi, do you have a article in front?
Roman, ahoj Roman. A Roman píše, já už nie som single, som zamilovaný. One of the friends writing that he's not single anymore, he's in love. Hey, hey.
Fantastic. Very, very happy for you. Well done.
Thanks for sharing.
Very good. Beautiful to be in love. Beautiful. And we are happy for all of us being in love, or still in love, or freshly in love. So yeah, what does it mean if we are... Mati, would you like to read a little bit?
Hold on, I'm not...
So, yeah, if you want to, I can start. So basically, if we are 35 and still single, what does it actually mean? Sometimes, you ask yourself a question, how did I even get here, right? Like, how is it possible that I'm like 38 or 39 and still single? Like, how, what went wrong? Sometimes you go, what went wrong? What is going wrong? And the truth is, nothing went wrong. So the chances are that you've been having a life challenges and your life was taking you somewhere else to focus on something else. That could have been family problems, challenges, health problems. Your energy and time has been consumed by other things. Very, very common. Or you had a different personal goals. You might have been, focusing on your personal interests and goals, maybe career. Maybe you are one of these people who just done a backpacking, traveling, and that's fine. You wanted to experience this as a single person, which hands up, I done myself, and there is nothing wrong with that.
I can't find it, so you keep going.
You can't find it. I send it to you on Facebook, so you have it in Messenger if you wanna find it there. Yeah, some people do in fact fall in love, and they fall in love hard in a young age and choose to get married. The 2018 divorce statistics, which reviewed over 115 studies, found that 46% of marriages ended in divorce because the couple married too young. When you are married too young, immaturely, coupled with a lack of marriage reality, are both factors in why the marriage could end up in divorce. And this is actually my case. I actually did get a divorce. I got married once very, very young. I was 21 when I got married. As very few people get married in that age. Maybe you, Mati, you did, but you lasted. I didn't. My first marriage.
I got married 24.
Oh, okay. But still, fairly young. And, my marriage didn't last. And I can take, well, many things happen there and just wasn't compatible. And it was a great and big lesson for me, for which I'm grateful for. Although it wasn't easy. I wouldn't go through it again. But yeah, hands up, I was very young. I didn't understand the concept of love. I didn't really know who I am.
Why did you get married then so young?
I thought, Machi, if I'm brutally honest, I think I was just escaping from not being happy inside me. And I didn't escape because, in fact, I got even more unhappy.
Trapped, yeah.
Got trapped, yeah. I dug myself a hole. And, I thought I'm in love. But it wasn't love, it was lust. So, again, it was lack of experience. It was lack of awareness. I, didn't know a lot of things that I think I know a little bit more now about, what is really, really important in partnership. I was very, very young, really. And I thought I know something, but in fact, no, I didn't know much. And, I take responsibility for that. And I attracted this guy just to give me this huge lesson. And it was very, very tough. It was very turbulent, and I suffered a lot. And then I ran away twice. It was a lot of drama attached to it, but it was a huge, huge experience that value and still draw from in terms of my lessons, life lessons till this day. So yeah, some of us got married young and it didn't work out, and we are still on the lookout, and some of us got married and are happily married now,
Yeah.
which is the thing.
Right. Sorry, so I have found it, but I don't know where you stopped.
Yeah, so I'm just in that section where above emotions and mental health concerns, which we are going to be talking about in a little moment. So there, Matthew, I'll give you some time while I start to find it. So sometimes people's got a hard time to putting themselves out there. Some people want to settle down but have hard time with process of getting there. So now we know we have all these fantastic applications, and dating scene became almost like everything is so instant, isn't it? Like I haven't been online dating obviously for a long time because I've been married for a while, but
I never done it online dating.
I've done online dating. I still call that a little bit. And it was interesting. I had some blind dates. Some of them been okay experience, like they say.
Yeah.
I had one boyfriend from online dating, so it is possible. But I think that the online dating progressed now. You've got almost like these, like pictures that you swipe.
Yeah, I was, because few of my friends are single mummies, so we have fun looking for boyfriends and stuff. So they're on this application, and when you go right or when you do left, you like them. Or so I'm just going like that, and she's like, "You liked him," and I said, "Well, I don't know what I'm doing." So yeah, so we had a laugh. But yeah, I know that it's like loads of energy in those, isn't it? People like each other, then you can chat, go out for drink.
Yeah, but it became,
Addictive.
Before I know I had to go on a computer, come home and actually dedicate my time to it. But now people are flicking through it as they are like standing in the tube, holding on to the thing, and they go, no, 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 or just literally pictures,
Yeah.
So, and I think the little downside might be that, I know some of my boyfriends, I would never choose them like, looking at a picture. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you might miss something that is much deeper. You might miss actually right one, just like skipping through the pictures, because I mean, yes, of course, like some of them are like, no way, right? I'm not talking about those, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's upside and downsides. But what I want to say is that what we are jealous, and this is something that maybe none of the married women will tell you, single girls and boys, uh, especially girls watching, but something we don't tell you is that we are actually very jealous about where you are at. And I tell you why. Mati, tell me if you agree. Guys, tell me if you agree. As married or in, like especially good relationships is nice. I won't lie, I'm like super happy. But one thing that we will probably, all going well, right, never experience is those butterflies that you have, is the fun, is the adventure, is the dating scenes, like, ooh, does he like me, does he not like me, those things like first kisses.
Yeah.
That's something that we experienced maybe a long time ago, and we are sometimes watching these romantic movies and thinking, yeah, I wonder, that would be like, oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. That can be nice. But on the other hand, maybe if if they are single for a long time and they're dating a lot, they might be fed up of that,
Yeah,
that sometimes, it's vary, isn't it? It's different.
it varies.
But
And
I know what you're talking about, butterflies, yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's about the approach, right? If we are on the dating scene and thinking about it like this is something that serious and it's like, torturous thing to do, and it's like, oh God, I need to go for a date. Because, like when it takes a long time, it's just not happening, not happening. Your mindset is like, oh God, is it ever gonna happen for me? That's very hard, right? And it really affects your emotions and your mental state in general, right? How you experience life. And the challenge is to go back to basics and again, you know, start over, like you never ever dated before. Delete all the erase all the bad memories.
Yeah.
And really start thinking about dating freshly, newly, and maybe start thinking about it being the most exciting game. Like make it a game. Because if anything we do, we take it like really seriously. Even in businesses, we don't have to do this. Doing tax return doesn't have to be a serious stuff. Yes, one thing is being responsible, but the other thing is like, what if we can be, choose to be more playful about it? And the chances are not only that we are going to enjoy it more, but we also going to going to have more luck probably. I'm curious. We just got a comment from boys, so I'm curious about the guys. I think there's a lot of ladies watching. Please don't get scared because we welcome you here too. What do you how is it for you? Do you think there is a difference between single boys over 35 plus and single girls? I would love to hear from you. What do you think might be main difference?
I don't know, because I don't know. See, I always thought that the guys can be older than the girls, that the girls should, because there is a 9 years difference between me and my husband.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that's just my maybe situation. That's what I'm trying to say, that if there's a boy 35 plus, he might not feel that tension or something that needs to be done than the girl.
Yeah.
What do you think? That then maybe men can be slightly older and then the bell's starting to ring?
Yeah. I think with boys, they got a little bit easier in a sense that they don't have a maternal clock ticking in
That's
terms
one
of
thing, yeah.
I think that's a major thing that plays more in ladies'
Mm-hmm.
minds, right? Like to have that feeling like, okay, well, I've got like 7 more years till my menopause, maybe plus minus, and I don't have a child yet, and this is something really important to me. So, I think that's the main thing. I think boys also like to be injured. I'm generalizing, guys, a lot right now. They like to be free spirits for longer period of time because it's like boys being boys. And I think what happens is then when their peers and maybe family, they all have their families, is what you said, Machi, like when they realize like, oh, there's not that many people to go play football with because they're all like looking after toddlers.
Yeah.
They're busy with their wives and so on. So it's that's maybe when men will go like, oh, okay, well, it just starts um, catching up on them. But I don't know. I'm just presuming. You guys
Yeah,
tell
it's
me.
yeah, it's different, isn't it? It's different.
I think it's slightly different, but I know some fantastic guys who are also very upset and sad that maybe they don't talk about it as much as we do, but deep inside they're also very much you know wish to meet the right lady and to do it soon. Yeah. Maggie, we've got 10 more minutes. Would you like to read a little bit about emotions and mental health from that space? I wrote down a few sections about why it might be actually hard to be 35 plus and over. So maybe if you want to read a little bit, can you see it there? Loneliness, one of the factors.
Don't want to settle down, emotional, mental health concern, loneliness. So when you are single, you are bound to experience feelings of loneliness. Even for those people who see endless benefits to being single, loneliness is a factor. Spending time alone can sometimes feel like a luxury, but constant alone time during periods of the day, month, of a year, when it would be comforting to have someone by your side can be isolating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say a lot of times this is probably the main thing that comes up with my clients who come to me, with this particular thing. They want to find a partner. Is the most pain they experience when I come home, flat is empty, is this silence. I don't want to be on my own. I just try to be on a phone with my friends at least, just so I don't feel this loneliness, which is connected with that sense of emptiness. Guys, it doesn't have to be that way, but it often happens when people come to me because they feel somehow incomplete, like in the movies, like unless you find the Mr. Right, like you are the whole thing. Well, no, actually we are whole as we are. And when we meet that someone, that's like amazing bonus.
Yeah.
But again, like shifting the thinking, which doesn't happen like this, and unfortunately it doesn't work when we read it in books, because like, okay, nice theory, but how do I actually make myself feel that way? Well, and you can't. It's a process, and that's the transformation I was talking about earlier as well. So next one is feeling left out. Often people 35 plus being single, feeling left out.
Okay, so many people whose peers are dating, engaged, or married may feel like they all of a sudden don't belong within the group anymore. People who are paired often tend to socialize with other couples because of the commonalities of being in a relationship. Even if you are invited to socialize with couples, it may not sound appealing or fun. This could lead to both jealousy and resentment of your friends. Yeah,
True, that's what you mentioned, right?
yeah.
And it's almost like, oh God, another baby shower. It's like, I can't handle it.
Yeah. And it's just,
And
yeah, it's difficult because when you become a parent, that child is everything for you and you just want to share with everyone and both, yeah. And if that person comes, it's totally different.
it's tricky, yeah. Anxiety.
Desire to be with another person can create insecurity. How so? When you are either stood up or dumped, you may question yourself and what went wrong. You find yourself analyzing conversations, interactions, and even your image. If you don't have a good support system in place, the self-questioning could turn into insecurity.
Sorry, guys. So that was a section of insecurity, and it can trigger if we are in this stage of our life and we're still single. It can trigger these feelings of insecurities, like you start questioning yourself, you start self-esteem, right? It
Mm-hmm.
just wobbles because you're naturally questioning, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I out of this circle of happily married or whatever people, like what am I not wanted? You start, and often things from childhood start like popping up, right? Like, yeah, but it's because my parents got divorced, and I never seen and sometimes subconsciously we sabotage. We say we want to be in relationship, we say we want love, but really subconsciously, there's the blind spot
Mm-hmm.
often that comes up in my sessions, is that we actually really, like deep inside, we're petrified getting committed on being in relationships
And do
because
you
of drama we've seen as a children between our parents, or something happened that scared us to death.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, I wanted to say something, I forgot. No, it's gone. No, it's gone. Right, anxiety. Shall I continue?
Yeah, and another one is anxiety, and then we've got a pluses. Okay, so stay with us.
So stress and worry is a natural way to feel when you are experiencing some of the above noted emotions. Feeling anxious about dating and the unknown future is quite common. Especially for women, anxiety about being single has a serious implication. Feeling anxious about the reproductive clock can hinder a woman dating experience. Medically speaking, once you reach the age of 35, a woman is considered high risk for potential complications with conception and pregnancy. Thus, the pressures to both find a partner who wants children and successfully conceive can be very stressful.
Yeah, so we did mention that before. It's all connected, isn't it? Like you can hear, and a lot of times my clients come to me and say, Luz, if I do have a guarantee that I will find one, I will start enjoying it more. But and this is the thing, like nobody gives a guarantee, right?
Yeah.
And I really get it. It's all connected. I just skim through the next ones, guys, because we've got only a couple of minutes left. It's all connected. Sometimes it can lead into depression, sadness, this constant, like something is missing in my life, and even lead to addictions, right? Because we are feeling we are not whole. There's this emptiness inside. We're trying to fill the void somehow. Drinking, smoking, not is very, very, very common, especially connected with loneliness, and this kind of despair is not happening to me. So anyway, these are all the things that you might recognize, and I just mentioned them because for someone who is watching, or if you have friends that you can share this video with, I want people who are watching who are single to know that it's not unusual, it's not uncommon, you're not alone. That's why I wanted to mention this in the article and in the streaming as well. And now we are just going to run through, and again, if you want a whole article, please let me know, because it's in much more detail written here. But we are going to run through 8 ways to freshen up your dateability. I don't even know if it's proper English. But we are going to, and that's what is, interesting, like important, like how do I, put myself on a market with no fear of being hurt and disappointed? How do I do that freshly, newly, so I actually have a fun and the result will come naturally? So here are some. So as I said, I run through them. Focus on having fun. First and foremost, whatever we do in life, my God, we live such a short life. Let's keep on having fun. That's like, let's keep on having fun. Even like, let's create the excuses for, funny moments. I mean, whether it's in a post office. Honestly, you can meet this guy anywhere. It doesn't have to be only when you are like propped up and looking smart and beautiful. Number 2, try not to compare yourself to your peers. Very challenging, because we do that as a default.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it's really killing us, right? Because, we see like, oh my God, that one. And then you go on a Facebook and feel quite depressed, right? Seeing all the babies and stuff. Number 3, let go of past relationships, of your prior mindset and any insecurities. Easier said than done, but again, tool number 3. Number 4, be open and honest with yourself and others. I think it's important, because I know people who are so hurt about being alone, but they say, oh, I don't want a boyfriend anymore. They're all idiots, and that might give you a little comfort for a little moment, but really, I think
like
it's hard
stay in that stage for a little while, but then
it's not really long-term comfort, because you are lying to yourself and you are pushing even further the possibility of meeting someone.
Making victim of yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, Yeah.
You want to protect yourself, but in another way,
It doesn't
maybe.
occur like victim from the outside, but you are lessening your
Yeah,
chances
yeah.
for sure. Number 5, efficiency. Don't waste your time dating just anyone. Trust your gut and your instincts. Very important. And I always say, before you find Mr. Right one, focus on who you are, discovering who you are and who do you really want. Because the clearer you are, the clearer message you send to universe, the more likely is it that you are going to attract the Mr. One in the most mysterious ways. Honestly, I can tell you the stories of my clients. My one as well is quite
Oh, that can be
interesting.
another. I love these things, stories and stuff. That could be another broadcast.
Complete
Yeah.
miracles, really, even how I met my husband. Number 6, value your time. Don't become obsessed with finding the perfect person if you're not taking care of yourself. Very important. Very, very, very important. I emphasize this with the exclamation marks. And number 7, do not be desperate. God, please
Yeah.
don't send me now. But what I'm talking about, we don't like it. I mean, I've been in situations when I was desperate. It's not nice. Like for us,
It's not attractive, isn't it?
it's not attractive, and it can potentially alter your values. That's very interesting because you kind of settle for less, and yeah, in the long run, probably not a good idea. Number 8, be open. Honest communication is key to creating meaningful connections with anyone, with people and relationships. And then also, who is there to say that you can't become a friend with someone and then your best friend become your husband and partner, soulmate forever? It happened before. Maybe if we are lighthearted and take the dating scene as a game and as an exciting part of life, making the most out of it, trying to shift our focus into enjoying life rather than this set goal of finding Mr. Right one. That can make a lot of difference in our lives. And at the end of the day, whether we find him or not, we are already enjoying life now. What do you think? It's so easily said. How do I do it?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to have a chat with me in person, please send me a message in case you are like thinking that all sounds great, but how do I
So
actually do it?
different in a life, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's so individual. So that's why I'm glad, guys, when you send me your personal message. And also those who are in relationships and they're like question like, am I in the right one, or should I stay? Should I go? Send me a message. Don't be alone with this, because it can be very, very hard dealing with all this alone. Anyway, I need to go. You need to go. We need to go.
I need to go too. It was really good fun actually today.
It was good fun. It's always a good fun. So thank you guys for joining us, and keep those comments coming. We always love to read them. Have a lovely rest of the Wednesday. Remember, next Wednesday we are broadcasting a very unusual time, guys. Just to give you a heads up, is it 10 o'clock or something? We are
something quite early because I have to change the schedule. I have to help a friend in need.
so next Wednesday we are going to be streaming in Slovak, and we are going to be streaming in
9:15 actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
So
very early, so I can finish 10.
Yeah, but for those of you, as usual, if you can't see us live, you can click on us afterwards anytime. But I think I'm saying thanks, girls. Have a good afternoon. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy your afternoon. And yeah, spring is coming, guys.
Go get those mans, girls.
Go get those
And
mans.
the other way around.
We are right behind you. And congratulations to those who already had their catch and their
Oh, do you know what? And I'm gonna share this. When I came to England, I was looking after a young girl. She was 9, and now we are connecting on social media, and she's got engaged 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's so nice to see her growing, and now all these things. So it's lovely.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, guys. So on that note, love and be in love, and yeah, let us know your story. We love to hear.
And
See you
share.
later.
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Have a nice weekend. Bye bye. Week, actually. Bye bye.